Good morning, we're live at Legacy Martial Arts and we're going to be teaching you a little bit about women's self-defense and how you can help raise awareness for breast cancer and make some donations of your own. That's coming up after the commercial break.
Well, we are live this morning with Lindsey, who is at Legacy Martial Arts. But first this morning, we're getting our kicks on, and so is Lindsey Boetsch. We're going to go out to her and see what's going on.
Yes, good morning. This pin that I'm wearing is for Susan G. Komen. It's Pink for the Cure, and actually they're going to be having a Kicks for the Cure event here at Legacy Martial Arts this Saturday. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but first of all, I'm joined right now by Mr. Robert Bentley, who is the owner of Legacy Martial Arts. Explain a little bit about some of the moves that we're going to be learning here.
Yes, ma'am. We're doing our women's self-defense thing Saturday, and so some of our ladies are here this morning, and they're going through a couple of our scenarios. One of the scenarios that we're going to talk about is actually the FBI rated the top scenarios, and this is the #2 thing that could happen in a self-defense situation. So,
okay. So what's the first move that they have to do?
The first thing that they're doing, I'll use Mr. Howerton real quick, and we're working on a choke from the front. Or it could even be a push from the front, and so they're going to reach in and peel this out, and simultaneously they're going to kick to the groin, and that's going to simultaneously counter that attack from my opponent. And then they're just following up with some counterattacks, elbows and knee strikes to finish them off. So. And
how important is that initial blow?
That first, like I said, it's a simultaneous counterattack. So it's important to take the attacker's mind off of what they're doing, and they can totally forget about what it was that they were doing, and it creates a great advantage for you as a victim.
Okay, and the second move that we have here?
Okay, so now the second thing that we're going to do is these ladies are going to get attacked from behind. So the person is grabbing you, probably pulling you, and so they're going to base themselves first. Then from here, they can elbow or strike to the groin again, and then they're going to lift, and then they're just going to dump their opponent on the ground. So
okay, I'll move out of the way if you want to do that.
Oh, sure. I'll demonstrate that real quick. So we lift. I'm just getting him light on his feet. I just turn here, and then I can finish him.
Okay. So after that initial down to the ground, what's the next move after that?
They have a couple options. They can either punch to stun them for a second, and then they can run away, or they may even go into an armbar technique, and we see Lauren doing that right now, and that's just a way to incapacitate them.
And now these are real life scenarios. These could actually happen on the street.
Oh yes, ma'am. Once again, like I said, the FBI rated these, and this was, I believe, #4 or #5 most common attack that happens to women, and so. Yeah, I mean, these are very common attacks.
And now we have some moves for if you're already on the ground as well?
Yes, we'll have, Lauren can show some of these, and Lauren's part of our mixed martial arts program, and so they actually learn how to defend themselves on the ground as well. This is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu technique. She's going through an armbar technique right now, and this is if your attacker gets you to the ground, then she'll be able to go into, excuse me, into a triangle choke. And this is actually a choke with your legs. This is great for young ladies. Both of these ladies are in high school, and you know, if it were to become a serious case where they could be a rape victim, then we want to know exactly how to defend ourselves once we're in that scenario.
And now, did you say arm bar? Is that what it is?
Okay. An arm bar. So they're actually manipulating the shoulder. It's a shoulder lock, and it can actually dislocate the attacker's shoulder.
Okay, and any other moves that you guys have to show us? Or just those 3? Sure.
Well, this Saturday we'll have a bunch of them. We're going to have about 10 different things that we go through, and we will try to use some of the stand-up and some of the ground techniques as well. So.
And now this Saturday here at 11 o'clock, but you also have a board breaking competition at noon?
We do. At 11 we're going to do our self-defense for all the women. And if any of the women want to bring a donation, they can do that at that time. But then at noon, all of our kids that participate here are going to we're having a board break-a-thon. And they're actually out this week getting pledges and donations. Some of them are seeing how many board breaks they can do in a minute.
And now do people have to sign up? Can they walk in?
Anybody can come. They don't need to sign up. They can call ahead if they'd like, or shoot us a message on Facebook and let us know that they're coming. But we'll be prepared to have plenty of women here this Saturday.
And all of your instructors are wearing, this is called a gi? Is that correct?
Yes, yes. Our uniform tops for the whole month of October, we've been raising awareness, so we've been wearing our pink uniform tops. This is Pink Week, so all of our students are wearing pink accessories. They've had hats and ribbons in their hair, and I've seen some people with pre-wrap and just pink stuff.
Now, why did you guys choose to raise awareness for breast cancer?
Actually, last year I was asked by one of our moms who's been affected by breast cancer to do this, and I wasn't the school owner then, and I had just moved to Quincy and just didn't have, she asked me like mid-October, and I said, okay, I promise you we'll do something next year. And so we've had a year to prepare for it, and so we're just going all out. We actually got sponsored by Susan G. Komen. And so now it's Kicks for the Cure, just like the Race for the Cure.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having us out here. Again, 11 o'clock on this Saturday, coming out to Legacy Martial Arts, and you can learn some women's self-defense techniques as well.
Lindsey, are you going to let us try those on you?
Sure.
Yeah, because I need like a up close and personal. I need a demonstration up close.
I need a diagram. They were moving so fast I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, those girls know what they're doing.
I'll pass it on for you.
Thank you. We are breaking boards here at Legacy Martial Arts. We're talking about women's self-defense and why it's so important to learn these different techniques. We'll talk about that coming up next. It's a beautiful look at Boston this morning. I have a tiger plane in the background in honor of Lindsey Boetsch, who was out at Legacy this morning, kicking up some fun, I do believe.
Oh yes, and we want to remind you, in just a couple seconds, you're going to learn how you can win some tickets to American Idol Stars Celebrate Motown. But that, again, we want you to tune in for that. Yes, a lot of people are going to be wanting to hear about this. We're going to tell you how to win in just a couple minutes. But Lindsey, you're really winning with a lot of self-defense moves this morning. I want to see some.
I wouldn't call it winning necessarily. I broke that board, but we'll leave it at that. But you know, this is very important. We had a lot of fun this morning, but it also has a serious message behind it. Women's self-defense is very important to have. Right now I'm joined by Megan Duserhouse, who is the Executive Director of Quinata. How important is this to have?
Well, I think that when we look for the effects of things like women learning self-defense, it's not necessarily in direct combat situations that we see the greatest impact. It would be, you know, especially younger women, high school age young women who are really building self-esteem and confidence and the ability to be assertive, so that they are in situations where perhaps they might be coerced into doing something they wouldn't normally want to do, or you know, not being treated right in relationship. They have that ability to say, I'm not going to tolerate this, and walk away.
And now, for those of them out there who don't really know what Quinata is, what does that provide for women?
We are a domestic violence shelter and the Rape Crisis Center in the area. We serve Adams, Brown, Pike, Schuyler, and Hancock County.
So do you see a lot of people coming in who are battered?
Well, yes, that's primarily what our domestic violence shelter does, and typically we serve about 650 women and children, and then a few men also through our domestic violence program every year.
So it's not just about women?
No, men can in fact suffer from domestic violence. There's a whole emotional and control component that usually leads up to the actual violence. So in a situation where violence is occurring, you typically have a long buildup of escalating incidents, and an abuser really tries to break down that person's self-esteem. So by the time you get to actual physical attacks, they're pretty much feeling like, what's the point of me trying to leave? What's the point of fighting back?
What is the most important thing that Quinata does for men and women and children in our area?
I think just the abilities that we have to provide safety for people in the form of legal advocacy. We can help them get a protective order through the court, and then obviously the shelter. We are a secure facility, and we have security systems in place so that they have somewhere to recover and start their new lives.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. And like I said earlier, we will put all of this on YouTube, on our Facebook site as well. So if you missed any of the self-defense moves, you can learn about that, and you can also learn a little bit more about Quinata. Guys.
So we can slow them down and do a step-by-step demo here at the studio later.
Exactly.
All right,
yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Lindsey.
Lots of good information this morning. Thank you so much.